All right, so today I'm joined by Themba, the answer, Gorimbo. How are you doing, Themba?
I'm good, brother. How are you doing, man? How's things? How's your life? How's everybody around you?
My life is going good, man. I got good people around me. I'm gonna go spend some time with my girlfriend after this. But thank you for taking the time, man.
Yeah, no problem, brother. Bless you, man. It's a blessing to be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, thank you. And so I guess I kind of want to start off with like the beginning of your story, bro. You have such an amazing story, and I'd like to just kind of tell my audience. So you are from Zimbabwe, is in Africa.
Yeah, yeah. Zimbabwe is right at the bottom of Africa, next to South Africa.
Okay, and how was your life growing up over there? I believe that's like a third world country, so pretty difficult, right? No running water and things like this. That's
Yeah, so we have these parts and places where there's running water. It's not
okay.
like everything is gutters. But it's a very poor country. We can say whatever we want to say, but like there's more poverty than anything else, but we thrive as Zimbabweans. We don't just stay at the bottom. Like I always say, we try to make things and ends meet our way. We try to work hard to change our lives and the people around us. And yeah, man, like we probably one of the poorest countries in Africa in terms of like right now as it is structural and everything. But at the end of the day, that does not mean that our future is dimmed. We will be all right.
Sure, yeah.
Like the song just saying, yeah.
That's right. And I mean, I guess growing up then for you, what was your perspective? Did you have a good childhood? Was it a little bit rough? How was your childhood?
So I had a good life starting out, until my parents passed on. When my parents passed on, then life started to become a little bit difficult. Like anybody, if you ever been orphaned, you would understand how difficult it is to start, to live life without your own parent, without your own mother. My mother passed on when I was 9, and my father when I was 13.
I'm sorry to hear
So
that.
yeah, before that life was great, but after that life was a little bit shaky. I mean, bless my cousin, he kind of like looked after us. But yeah, it is not the same. It is not the same. So life was a little bit rough. Um, but with God's grace, man, that's why I am here now. That's why I'm going after certain things in my life, because I know that what I have done um, is whatever has happened to me in my life has led me to be here right now where I am, good or bad. I'm grateful of the life that I have lived so far, the good and the bad. Like people look at things, even myself before, I used to look at things and be thinking to myself, oh, why is this happening to me? Things happen for you, not to you. That's what I've realized. And let's say me being at the diamond fields when I was young at 16 years old, who would ever thought that I would be at the diamond fields at 16? If my father was alive, probably I would not have gone there to the diamond fields. I would have probably gone the other route. But like even if let's say like right now me fighting, being in this fighting world, probably if my father was alive I wouldn't be a fighter. Probably I'll be going to be a doctor or a nurse or something else. Like in African cultures you have to be academic, unfortunately.
Yeah, like a
You,
lawyer,
you
right? Doctor.
yeah, we are told that it's ingrained in us that when you grow up you gotta be this way, that way, and sometimes you gotta choose your own path in life. And I'm grateful. It's not nice that my parents are not here, that they get to see these achievements I'm doing. But I believe, like, everything that has happened for a reason, and I'm here now, and I should continue to do what I was born to do. That is to fight for everything that I want, and inspire the world, inspire people, and change people around me and my life. My life has already changed. I'll be honest with you. My life has already changed.
Hmm.
I might not have much, but my life has already changed. So like now the mission is to change the other people's lives that are around me. People look at this and they will look at this and be like, this is so funny. This guy stays in the gym. This guy is like. When I say my life has changed, it has changed in a way that it's unheard of. Like being here in Miami for me, like bro, I'm in Miami.
Hmm.
from Bikita to Miami. It's crazy. It's crazy. I I actually grew up. I never heard of this city growing up because it's like we just know America, United States, and there's like very, very, very few, and everybody that could ever come here, that we believe that would come here, they are all very like educated doctors, nurses. I mean, a nurse is not even doctors, pilots, and all that. So like it was it was believed growing up that if you want to make it to go to a place like United States, United Kingdom, anywhere around the world, you have to be very educated. But you know, I have changed the norm, and I'm here now,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm so grateful. Like I I I I've made it in life.
Right. Coming from
Come
where
on,
you
I've
came
made it
from.
in life. Coming from where I come from, whatever happens in my life, whether it's gonna be good, whether it's gonna be bad, it's a cherry on top. It's a cherry on top of what has already, of this success story I have already had, bro. Like my story is already a success as it is. But you know what? I want more.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to change the people around me's lives too. So to do that, I have to keep motivated. I have to keep working.
Gotcha. And I do want to talk about that because you've already done a lot to help people. And I think it may have backfired on you a little bit, but we'll get into that in a second here. But when
Yeah,
your
man.
parents were around, were you able to like did you have a different dream as far as your career? You said that there might be lawyers, doctors. Was that something you were looking at doing, or were you not sure?
I'll be honest with you, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, I was a good soccer player. I used to play. I wanted to be a soccer player, but my father would say no. If you want to be a soccer player, he would support my dream of being a soccer player. He would buy me boots, he would buy me things that I needed for playing soccer, right? He would support me everything, but he says no. You must be a doctor and a soccer player.
Mm.
So there was a growing up. There's this doctor that was a soccer player in Zimbabwe. He was named Dr. Kumalo. So he would say, "No, I want you to be like Dr. Kumalo. He's a doctor, but he's a soccer player and he's very good." So like that's how I grew up, but deep within I knew I was made different. I was made different. Deep within I always knew that I was very good at school. I was very good academically,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, inside me, when the teacher would ask, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I would say, "My father said you must be a doctor." I
Yeah.
never said I want to be a doctor.
I see.
I never wanted to be. I never wanted to. I always knew that one day I'll be something. For some reason, I always knew one day I'll be something bigger than myself. And I'm not even yet, but I just know that I'm born different. I am different. Um, I'm misunderstood a lot. But when this story is come to an end and it's done, people will come back and look at it and be like, okay, no wonder why he was different.
Yeah.
I know this. I know this for a fact that when my story is done, people will come back and look at it and be like, okay, he was the different. He was the black sheep of the family. I'm very misunderstood, and I'm grateful of that because like I have tried to go out of my way to try to fit in. I cannot fit in any area, whether you like it or not. I feel like I'm a natural born leader,
Mhm.
and I don't do well with just being mediocre. I wanna achieve greatness.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of crazy though? How like being a black sheep or almost being outcasted can just make you become a lot better than, most people. I mean, the stuff you've been through, being in the diamond fields, growing up in Africa, coming here. It's like, and then you said your family or like friends kind of abandoned you after a loss, which we will talk about, but it's crazy. Like, the tough things in life, it depends how you look at it. If you look at it and let it destroy you, it will. But if you look at that and say that, hey man, I'm chosen in a sense, and there's a greater destiny for me because of these things I've been through, and I have a story to tell. I could see how that motivates you, the way you kind of view the things that have happened in your life.
So look, like I was always different. Like I said to you, growing up, even when I was at the diamond fields, I was 16 years old. I would always outshine the people that were there. Like in the diamond fields, they were grown up people that were in their 30s. They would be scared to get into the diamond fields to go dig the diamonds while there's guns and stuff like that. Yes, and I understand that. But I would always say, no, fuck it, I'm going in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've if you go and ask everybody there back home in my village, they'll tell you this guy was always different. He always gone for things. I've always gone for things, and it takes a long time to realize that you are you are different to everybody, and you should not try to fit in. And it's like people would say, no, you gotta be humble, you gotta be this, you gotta be that. Yeah, I'm very humble, trust me. If you get to know me as a person, if you get to meet me as a person, I'm very humble. And that word humble as well, it's like I feel like it's misused in a way, because sometimes people want you to downplay what you have done or downplay what you can do, just for them to feel comfortable. So like for me, I am who I am. I'm not humble, I'm not whatever. I am who I am. That's the best way I can put it. I am who I am. Like me, hate me, it is what it is. It's life. And I know I'm different to most. Being in the UFC, this me just being in the UFC, man, I was chosen by God to be here. That's how I say it. And I have visions day night of things that could and would happen in the future. And it's not easy to be in that position where, um, like when I say visions, basically like I have sometimes I have things shown to me and that other people can't see. It's not nice. Sometimes it scares me. I'll be honest, but it's life, man. I have to accept this gift that I was given, because I've tried to run away from it for so long. Um, I have to just accept it.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I have to. I have to. I have to accept that. I'm not the same. I'm not the same. It's just different.
yeah. And what do you see sometimes? You said that you kind of see things. I guess what do you see?
Yeah, man. It's tough. It's tough to explain, if I have to be honest, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's different. Yeah, man.
We can move on. Um,
Yeah.
as far as like, I'm curious though. Did you finish grade school and stuff like that?
Yeah, I went to high school. Um, I passed my grade 7, and I did very well, and I passed my what do you call it, man? I passed my
High school?
I passed my high school, and I was going to A level. It's in the advanced level in Zimbabwe. But then I just thought like to myself, this is not for me. I told my cousin. My cousin wanted me to do that so much. Um, and I just told him, this is not for me. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to school anymore. I want to go to South Africa. And he says to me, are you crazy? What you going to do in South Africa? Then I said to him, I'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, like, yeah, school was not for me,
Wasn't for you.
honestly. Like, it was not a path that I was born to do. And you can tell, even when I got to South Africa, I worked as a gardener, I worked as a painter, security guard, all kinds of jobs that the low income jobs that you can find, like I could, you know, we would stay in one room with 6 of my other cousins. We stayed in a one room for like 2 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
But you would never see me one day think that this was the best life for me. You would never see me one day thinking to myself that I was gonna stay there. I always, even those days when I got to South Africa, there was always one song I used to play from Akon. It says, I always knew one day I would be a star. I always, like, um, I always knew I was something big was gonna come in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know exactly what it was. I thought maybe I was gonna be a rapper, musician, whatsoever. That's what I thought. Um, but I just knew something. I'm not born for just being average and normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's life, unfortunately.
So you could rap
But
or what?
no, I try to sing. I try to go to music
Yeah.
school to try and do that too. I can't rap for shit,
Okay.
but but I try to do those things so that like I just knew something. I have to do something. I have to try something. I'm gonna be successful with something. Then eventually, I watched the movie Never Back Down. Uh, and once I was at the back of the Baki, a Baki is called how it's a Baki. Well, I don't know what you guys call it here in America,
Maybe
but
a
it's a Baki
bus
there in South Africa.
or
Oh no, no, a truck, a
a
truck.
truck.
I was in the back of a mini champ.
Okay.
My boss mini champ. Then I saw a poster saying for a jiu-jitsu school that was in the area that we were working in. Then I took the number while we were on the robot, called them, then started doing jiu-jitsu. Then I ended up doing MMA at a gym next to it. So like it's yeah, like I said to you, man, God always puts for me things in my life that I want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that I want. God puts for me things that I need. And like from watching the movie Never Back Down, from thinking I'm gonna do this, I wanna fight. Then from me standing at the like being at the back of the backy or truck, whatever you call it here in America, right?
Yeah.
To see that poster and say that poster said jiu-jitsu, martial arts, whatever. Then I took that number and I called them and said jiu-jitsu. Then I went on to do MMA. You cannot say that this is coincidence in life. I know this. I'm not. There's no coincidence in life.
Yeah.
I I I I I'll achieve something big. You will see.
That's right.
It's life. Whether I'm gonna come up, down, I will achieve something big in my life that nobody else has ever done in their lives, and my story shall be remembered even long after I'm gone.
Okay. And I just want to share a story with you, man, because you shared that with me. So, like, because you said there's no coincidence in life. And funny story. So, the way I got into, like, martial arts was I wrestled in high school, but I was looking for something more after I graduated. And then I joined some gym, and it was actually, like, about to close down. But a jiu-jitsu instructor purchased it, and then like it started like a whole gi jiu-jitsu journey for me. And before that, if he didn't purchase it, it was just kind of like an average gym. But like it's just crazy, like, and then that is kind of why I'm speaking to you today, because I kind of got into martial
Uh,
arts, and I liked it. I wanted to
yeah, man.
watch fighters and talk to fighters and stuff. So there really is no coincidence in life, man. Like I think a lot of things
Yeah,
happen for
no,
a
no.
reason.
There is no coincidence in life.
Yeah.
If you think that, I used to think like that, and God has shown me otherwise. Like whether it's bad or good, there is no coincidence in life. Everything happens when it needs to happen, not when we want it to happen. And God put these things in our lives when He wants us to have those things.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just grateful. I'm very very happy and grateful that I can be able to share my story. I sometimes don't want to share my story
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes it has come back and bite me, and sometimes it has come back and was used against me. Like I would share some people, like I would share stories with people, like as like close associates, people around me, and I'll share with them a story, and then they will use it against me, or use it to like as a hold on you. Like once I shared one thing, like there was times just before I got to sign to the UFC. Like I'll be honest with you, like I was in a very dark place in my as a person. Like things were going south, family wise, and things were going south, career wise. People don't even know this. That's why like people don't understand why I have so much love for my manager, um,
Jason House.
Jason House, because you know what? There were times I wanted to actually like kill myself as a person, and I remember this. I bought a gun, literally, and I was just like, I'm gonna kill myself, because one, we're in talks for Contender Series, and I was promised I'm gonna be on Contender Series, and my contract for Contender Series was not coming. And I had this third degree burn. You see my hand, my,
Yeah.
my arm over there.
Yeah.
I had a third degree burn on my arm. Um, yeah, so I had a third degree burn on my arm, and then things were just not good, man. Like, and Jason House is one of the only people that told me, hey, brother, this is what he told me. He's like, brother, don't do that. If you do that, the world will never know, and you will never know, and we will never know what you can do. And that just speaks volumes as a person. So like I've shared this story maybe with other people
Mm-hmm.
that were close to me then. I mean my troubles. I've shared my troubles with some people, and they felt like me sharing my trouble with them, it was almost like a hold for them to say, "Oh, we were there for you when you were down, so
Mm.
you cannot be." You know what I'm saying? Whereas like I just wanted someone to talk to, maybe in
Yeah.
that time and moment, and I shared with them my story, and they felt like, "Okay, cool. um, like I don't know how to say it, superiority complex or whatever we can call it, in a way where you tell someone something, even if they're not going to help you. Like this person didn't help me nothing with anything, but felt like okay, cool. Just because you shared that story with me, you are I'm entitled to everything that you do in your life, you know. So I always try to avoid those things now where I share a lot with people,
Yeah.
especially my circle. Like that's why I say like when I'm here in Miami, I don't make friends. I don't. Obviously there's great people, you know. I can make associates, but I don't want to replace negative with negative. So when I'm here in Miami, I'm down. Like as you can see where I am right now, I'm all by myself.
Yeah.
I tra- I train. I'm washing my clothes. I go back. I take my clothes. I go back to the gym. I chill in the gym. Um, because you know like the vision, the dream that I want is very near. I can feel this, it's very very near. And if I get one more negative situation in my life, I'll be destroying myself and the story that I'm telling. So I would rather suffer being myself alone, and like you know I will vent when I need to vent. I will say when I need to say with some certain people. I can talk to you like we're doing now, you
Yeah.
know. uh, but yeah, I try not to share it a lot.
Okay. I think what you're saying is they tried to manipulate you. What happened is you said
Yeah,
like, "Hey, I was going through something," and then they used like hearing that as a way to get something from you. Once you, it sounds like you probably achieved a little bit of success. All of a sudden, it's like, "Hey, why aren't you there for me?" But they're trying to manipulate the situation. Just because you achieve success doesn't mean they get a part of it. Just because you shared a
yeah.
story.
It's it's not nice, you know. Like one of the guys, like my old coaches actually. And it's not nice to have these things with people, and I don't like to have these certain things with people. But you know, like I said to you, I don't want to be told what to do in my life. You know, whether you are a billionaire or a millionaire or you're a thousand guy. You know, I don't want to be told what to do. And he called me and he's telling me, why did I speak like this on the press conference? I said to him, anything that I said on that press conference did a lie. You know, and this guy was not even there when I said some of my colleagues left me,
Mm-hmm.
and even the guys that left me at, at the hotel, whatever, they do not even have a problem. One of the guys I still speak to him all the time is my friend, Nomeva. I tell him, hey, bro, if you see a post I posted recently with a guy I was teaching how to eat, he was one of them. But um, I spoke to him and I said to him, brother, what happened that night was not cool. He's like, oh, I just wanted to go out with the other guys. The other guys wanted to go out. And I said, it's okay. But, you know, can you imagine how you would feel, you know,
Mm-hmm.
if it was you? And yeah, and it is like that in its life, you know. And there's this guy, he was not even part of the team that came with me to Las Vegas for that first fight. And he had the audacity to call me and try to say, and he even threatened me with all kinds of stuff. And I was not happy with that, you know.
Yeah.
Um, it's not nice. Especially like for me, I feel like I could have helped him even with certain things in life. But you know, like people want to control other people, and I'm not that guy. I don't like to be told what to do. I want to say what I want, and when I say and vent, people don't know how much pain I went through leading up to that fight. So when I go to that press conference and I say what I said, I was speaking from my heart. I didn't speak from anything. I spoke from my heart on exactly what I felt in that moment in time. Because you know what? If you're not organic, if you're not authentic, this sport you're not gonna make it. And look at it now. I have made so many waves just by being
No,
sorry,
you're good.
just by being authentic. You know, like I spoke about my situation, the people, the life. Like even my brother, like I spoke even about my brother, but my brother understands. He knows me for a very long
Yeah.
time. Me and my brother we still talk. I even gave him my gym. Now I left the gym with in his hands and the other guy's hands. You know, but not that I'm proud of what he did in the past. But now it's a lesson learned. And if you wanna take these things in life as lessons, you can only grow from those things. You know, like whether it's negative or positive, you can only grow. But if you wanna criticize, make it like about yourself most of the time. It's life, my brother. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, I hear you, man. And I mean, that, like you say, that's why you kind of spend time by yourself. It sounds like I also spend a lot of time kind of by myself, and when I hang out with people, I kind of feel my energy getting like pulled in all directions. So I prefer to kind of be in tune with my thoughts. You said that you feel like you're close to achieving things, and I think it's best to kind of be in tune with that and just keep manifesting what you want to accomplish. But um,
Yeah, definitely. That's
yeah,
what you want to do as a person. Like for me, I'm just happy to just be here. I'm just happy trying to. Yeah, you have to be, firstly, like you have to be happy with being you and being around yourself
yeah,
before you try to be around everything else. I'm happy being around myself now. I'm learning that I can I can achieve so much by just being around me. I don't have to have a bunch of things and people around me telling me that, telling me this, telling me that to achieve what I want to achieve.
yeah,
I reach out to certain people. I have got people that I can trust with advices, and God puts these people in my life and removes people in my life, and I appreciate that. What I need, He gives me. So with time, everything will fall in the way it needs to fall.
yeah. And I'd like to just go back a little bit because you said that you moved to South Africa. And did you move to South Africa knowing that you were gonna go start hunting for diamonds, basically, or what was the whole that little process about in your life?
No, the diamonds I did them in Zimbabwe, not in South
Oh, in
Africa. So I
Zimbabwe.
I was yeah, at the Marange diamonds in Zimbabwe. So I left school. I said to my cousin, I'm not gonna go to school. So I went to the diamonds. When I came back from the diamonds, he wanted me back to go back to school again. I said to him, I'm not going to go to school. Sorry, man. I have enough money. If you want, when you come in December, in January, we can go back. I can go with you to South Africa, and we did. And I got deported the first time.
Mm.
Like, I got deported the very day that I arrived in South Africa. I was arrested by the police because I didn't have a passport, no visa, no
How
nothing,
did you get there? You
not even
flew?
an ID. No, Zimbabwe and South Africa is next to each other. I didn't
Oh.
even have an ID. I only managed to take my ID when I was already old. Um, so like I went into South Africa without anything and I got deported. Um, But you know what? Like, this is how I say to you, like, there's no coincidence in life. I never gave up. So the day that they threw me on the Zimbabwe side, they put us on the Zimbabwe side. The day I was deported, and they put us on the Zimbabwe side and said, go back to your homes. I said to them, I was from that area, and I just lied to them. Then that same night, they around 4 o'clock, they deported me. That same night, 7 p.m., I was already in South Africa again. And the second time, I succeeded.
Mm.
Went all the way and lived on the streets in Johannesburg. Then made contacts with my cousins. Then eventually made it to Cape Town.
Okay.
But there's no coincidence in life. Like, not giving up, you don't just start by now doing that now. Like, I didn't give up. If I wanted, like, my cousin who was deported with me and other few cousins, they went back home to safety.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm not going home. You guys can go. I'm not going away. I'm going back in there. And they thought, hey, you are. I was turning 17. I was 17. Like I was 17. And they thought to myself, they thought, you must be crazy. I was like, they were like older than me, but I was like, I'm gonna do this, whether you guys like it or not. I'm going back. And the second time I succeeded, and they thought I would get killed or whatever.
Yeah.
But
And
I
so just because people may not know the full thing, right before that you were like attacked by dogs because hunting diamonds is illegal, and then you still made a
I see.
decision to sneak back into South Africa a second time. You're a crazy guy.
Yeah, I was. So if you see my whole body, there's like dog marks.
Yeah.
I was attacked by dogs, and the dogs. I almost died, man. I almost died. So like that was the actual. Yeah, like like the dogs beat me. I had 5 German Shepherds biting me. I still remember this, and I lost a lot of blood. And on top of that, when these dogs attacked me, then the police said, "All right, cool. Now you must run." Then I heard the police whispering to each other. It was a group of like 20 people beaten by the dogs. Then I heard the police whispering saying, release one dog for them, to chase them when they release us again.
Mm-hmm.
Then I ran my own direction, the different direction, and my cousin actually was caught by the dogs again the second time and was beaten again.
Damn.
But I passed out after that because I ran so fast and so hard. I didn't have clothes at all. I was naked. I ran out naked from that place because the dogs beat
They just
everything,
ripped
takes
it.
off
Yeah.
all your. They ripped off everything. So I ran naked for like 2, 3 kilometers, with all the blood loss. When I get to the fire guard, when I go to the fire guard, I passed out. I saw white like in my face. Passed out. Woke up the following morning and woke up to chaos again. Like the police and the soldiers were in there and chasing all the people out of the fields. The policeman saw me and he's like, "Hey, there's a patient that is here." They thought I was dead or whatever. Then I was like, "Oh shit, I'm up." Then they said to me, "Hey, listen here, you need to get out of here. There's an operation that is happening. You need to get out of here." And I couldn't walk properly. I had so many dog marks. Like the other dog tried to rip my tendons here, right
Damn.
behind the knees. So yeah, I walked my way out, and a week later I was back again in the diamond fields with some of the wounds, like the one behind my knee, the tendon that was where the dog was trying to rip. It was not healed. It took like months to heal. I was still not healed, and I went back to the diamond field. And guess what? I made a lot of money. That's when I found the 12-carat diamond,
Damn.
and I made a lot of money for them. I made a lot of money with that. So like, when you don't give up in life,
Yeah.
good things will always come. Yeah.
Uh, I I would have definitely thought you never went back to the diamond fields after that, but that just solidifies that you were a crazy guy. But
Yeah, it's like, okay, cool. You learn a lesson, right?
yeah.
Like the dogs beat me because I was complacent. I was getting too complacent in the diamond field. I was thinking I was the shit. So like literally, I was with this policeman and my cousin, and I was underground. I was the one who was underground, and my cousin was just behind me. And the policeman was waiting upstairs. We trusted someone so much, and we thought this policeman would protect us if anything happens. And then they are like they've got levels in policeman department in Zimbabwe. Then their bosses came and then they ran.
Mm,
These policemen ran. They left us underground. So we learned a lesson that hey, don't trust nobody, don't rely on people. So I learned that lesson, and I was like, okay, cool. The next time I'm going there, I'm not going to rely on policemen to help me. I'm gonna dig by myself.
yeah.
So it was just God teaching me the lessons, and I am learning those lessons every single day.
Okay. And so when you like, what is the process of hunting the diamonds? I'm so curious. Like, do you just go out there with a shovel, or could you explain how
Oh,
you
you go there
locate these
with the
things?
no. So in the Marange diamonds, when the diamond fields I mean, we discovered there were plenty of diamonds, man. There were plenty. Like there was one time I was being chased by the police. While I was running, I picked up
Damn.
a diamond while I was running. That's how much diamonds were there in the Marange diamonds in the beginning. So like we just go in there, dig. Sometimes you go very deep, sometimes you don't go deep. Like
Deep
it
into the
just depends. Like when
forest?
I yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the
Okay.
forest and it's a protected area. We were not supposed to be
I
there,
see.
but we did that because otherwise it's the natural resource in our country. Like it was like 60 less than 60 minutes from from my village, so it was like the easiest thing to do. It's like some people didn't go, but because it was scary to go there. I've seen people die in front of me. I've seen a guy getting shot, a bullet right through his head in front of me.
Oh my
Phew!
god.
I've had bullets, phew, 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 in my head, in my ears. I've seen crazy stuff when I was at the diamond
So they
field,
shoot people
but it's
too out there. Like,
yeah, live bullets. They were shooting people with live bullets.
wow.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because also like when you are there, you're basically an animal too.
Mm,
Like you have to turn into an animal. If you are not an animal, you're gonna one you are dealing with the police that that are trying to protect this place, and they also shooting at you and the army, and then you are dealing with the criminals that are trying to the lazy ones that don't want to go into the diamond for that wait outside just for you to go in. When you come out, when you get something, they want to take it from you. So you gotta kind of like develop this mindset where you're an animal,
mm,
like you have your back. You have your back, and you would kill if you have to.
yeah.
But luckily, I never got to do that. But I was prepared to do that, to protect my own, to protect myself, to protect my diamond. So like you will have to do that, and you have to turn into an animal. And yeah, like those things that you see in the diamond movies. If you watch the Blood Diamond, the
Mm-hmm.
movie, so basically it's similar to that.
Okay.
where like someone is like the boss, whatever, and everybody has to bow down to them. But within that, with the pain that you go through, you actually turn into an animal. And yeah, man, I turned into an animal when I was there. I was not a friendly man.
Wow.
I was not. I was a lucky man getting diamonds all the time, but I was not very friendly. I didn't do any harm to anybody, but I always let people know that I'm not your friend.
Wow.
Even the people that I come from the same village with, I would always show them that I'm the boss of my syndicate. It was only two of us, me and my cousin
Yeah.
in my syndicate. And people would want to, these adults, older guys wanting to just get into our syndicate without authority and just force themselves into our thing. And I'll say, hey man, I'm the lucky guy. My cousin is pure and he's also lucky. I don't want to just get people with bad energy into my team, you know. And people want to force themselves into your team sometimes, then I had to stand my gun and be like, hey bro, I'm gonna hit you with this metal thing
Mm.
if you play with me.
Yeah.
And you gotta show them with your eyes wide open with a scary face, you know. It's life.
Yeah. That's crazy. Did you ever have someone try to like rob you as you walked out of the fields?
Yeah, the day I got the 12 carat diamond, someone wanted to take it away from me. What's funny, my cousin's sister was dating this guy, and I trusted him, and I thought to myself, okay, cool, let me go to him and say to him, I got this diamond, can you get me a good buyer? Then when he realized the diamond that I had, he wanted to steal it from me, and yeah, I just managed to get away from him like this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Luckily, huh?
yes, yes.
Okay. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It could have ended up so very. We had to run for long. We ran like 20 kilometers.
mhm.
Me and my other cousin. We ran for like 20 kilometers away from these guys.
Dang.
They were fat, so they got a little bit tired.
I see.
They didn't want to show it obvious that they were trying to rob us, but I could sense that they're trying to take this diamond away from me.
Yeah, like, oh, can I see? Yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying. Acting a little
Yeah,
friendly.
yeah,
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 yeah. I've seen that before.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So how
Yeah.
do you sell these diamonds as well? Is there like the guy, like you said in the Blood Diamond movie, is there a boss you can go sell these to, or how do you get cash for them?
No, they were buyers. They were buyers. There were people buying the diamonds, man. And what's funny, like the US dollars, they were there all the time. We
Dang.
would sell the diamonds with US dollars. Like, um, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know where this money was coming from, but they were like brand new US dollars where you don't even have to. In some, I'm gonna have to move inside. It's a little bit rainy
Okay.
here now, but in some cases, we didn't. You don't have to count the money. You count the number.
Hmm.
That's how crazy it was. Like the money was so new that at some point you don't have to count the money. You just count the numbers from number one to number 50.
Damn.
you know
Yeah.
type of stuff like that.
The serial number, and they're
Yeah,
brand new bills.
yeah. So they were brand new bills that you only had to count the numbers with their serial number. So I don't know where this money was coming from because what we were doing was illegal.
Yeah.
So I think somebody was getting involved, you know.
Giving somebody the money to then go out with like five people to buy diamonds from you.
Yeah, from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, from everybody that was there.
Okay.
It was, it was, it was cool and crazy.
Where are you headed now? You head to
Yeah.
your room.
No, no, no. I'm not at the gym that I stay at. I'm at a different gym. I'm at the UFC Fit.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I
Yeah.
got a few more for you, man, and then we can kind of wrap it up. Are you doing okay on
Yeah,
time
but
for now?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just have to go in now in like 10 minutes,
Okay, for
less
sure.
than 10 minutes. Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
or what is it over there? 140. We'll wrap this up in about 10 minutes.
All right. Cool.
Okay, brother. So you know, I heard that you've done a lot of nice things in Africa as well. I heard that you have like opened up a gym and like you auctioned off your fight shorts and stuff like that. Is that something you plan on doing more of? Like you built a well, right?
Yeah,
After your
helping.
fight?
Yeah, man. After the
Yeah.
fight, I managed to sell my fight kit and raise funds, and I use that money to build a, a bush pump, in my
Mhm.
village. And bro, this bush pump, that's why I say I've made it because who'd ever thought that I would be able to bring a fresh water, clean water to my village? So like,
Yeah.
it's like a dream come true for me. And a gym that I owned a gym in South Africa. Like now I've given it away, like I told you. Um, yeah, like I had this gym for like 5 years. I was helped by somebody to open it up, and I've helped everybody to just kind of like get a place to train where they were free and stuff like that. But you know, with that comes with a lot. When you have too many people and too many energies and too many different agendas in life, things kind of like go south. But I bless people, you know, I bless people. I wish nothing but the best for everybody. It's hard to say. Sometimes you feel angry as a person, and you gotta accept those feelings when they come. But I always try to say, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
God, I don't want to feel like this." You know, like when I feel angry for certain individuals and certain people, you just kind of like, you don't wanna, you don't wanna feel that way. But at the end of the day, I wanna continue helping. You know, helping people, helping things, helping makes me happy. Do you understand me? I hope
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
get to understand this. Like for me, if I help somebody, it's for my own selfish reasons. Why? Because a lot of people don't want to accept. But for me, when I help, I feel good. And when I feel good, I'm happy. And then when I'm happy, best believe, my friend, I'm a very dangerous fighter. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Like when I'm happy, I'm dangerous. So I have to always
Yeah.
try to do things that make me feel happy inside. If I have too many emotions, I'm angry, I'm like this, I'm like that, then that's not me. I'm out of my character. But when I'm happy, helping and doing that, oh my brother, I'm a very dangerous person. So I will continue to do this. I'll do more even. Um, but now
Yeah.
I have to just kind of like with lesser expectations of people because people are different. We are all different. Um, I have to do that also with yeah, man. I have to do that with a clearer head where I kind of like understand where people are coming from because some people when they need something they will act nice. When they don't need it,
Mm-hmm.
they will be very horrible. Like now I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad guy in South
Yeah.
Africa right now. Why? Because I've left some people that I felt like they were not doing me justice in my own life as a person. And I have, can you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're. Yeah.
So
You're back on.
I've left some things and people, and people forget very quickly, man. People forget very quickly, my friend. Now all of a sudden I'm a
Yeah.
bad guy. Now all of a sudden, people forget very quickly. But at the end of the day, people are people, right? People forget
Yep.
very quickly,
It's
and
human
we should
nature, I
understand,
guess.
like, yeah, 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 yeah. It's a human nature where um, people forget like things very, very fast. Everything that you've done, there for them that is good, can be forgotten in a blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anything
There
that
was a.
and
Go ahead.
sorry, I was, I was saying to you like people are people, and people will forget things like this. And anything that you do, even if you do 1,000 years of good, and one day you just wake up a different person, people will run away with that one thing. They don't want to acknowledge what you have done because sometimes makes them feel less of human beings or a person, of who they want the world to portray them to be. So you gotta be very
Yeah.
careful with people. People change very quickly. So for me, I've learned that lesson, and I'm grateful of that lesson. And I'll just do more of what I've always been doing, but with lesser expectations of people as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, it's very
Yeah.
true. You got to watch out for those people who always ask you for something and you say yes, and then the one time you say no, all of a sudden there's a problem. Those are the people you really got to watch out for. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
also
yeah.
saw that
You
Colby
put it right.
Covington. Right, right.
You
That's
put
what
it
you're trying to
very
say.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you gotta watch out for the people that you always say yes, yes, yes to, and then one time you say no to them, then it's a problem. And
yep.
one time you just try to look out for yourself, there is a
Uh huh.
problem. So those are the people that I've always dealt with, and I can see that like some of these kids, like I'm like, bro, but it's long story short. Let's leave it. We can't dwell on it.
Nah. And one
Yeah.
positive thing is you got a teammate over there, somebody who's looking out for you when you were down. Colby Covington. A lot of people have him misunderstood, but he showed you love, huh? Especially in a tough time in your life when you were training for
Well,
your fight.
people don't even understand. Like for me, whether it's a big help or a small help, that's it. This is how I always like things to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm a person that is very grateful, and I think this is the biggest downfall for me as a person, because I'm very grateful. Sorry, because I'm very grateful of people, of things and people, right? People don't understand this. Probably Kobe, like if I have to be honest, he brought me food a couple of times, right? People
Yeah.
don't understand that. But I'm so grateful, um, because you know what? Small help, big help for me it means a lot. You understand? So people don't get this. They think, oh, small help, big help means a lot to me, and I always try to put this on people too. And it's not nice sometimes because I try to see myself in others. Because like if I do something for you that is small or big, please try to be grateful. Please try to be appreciative. And for me,
Yeah.
saying that on the press conference, I didn't have to say that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to talk about Kobe on my press conference, but I did. Why? Because he helped me. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Big or little, yeah. He gave you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came there. He helped you. But I'm curious, man. What like just so people can really know what kind of guy he is. Like, what happened? He just showed up to the gym with some food for you, and he's like, "Hey, Themba, like,
Yeah,
here you go,
yeah, yeah,
man."
yeah. It's like,
How
yeah,
did it
Chamber,
go?
there's food at the front, there's food at the front desk. I brought for you some food. And I'm like, okay, thank you, bro. And it means a lot
Damn.
to me, whether it's small or big. People, and like the person that he is and the person that people see, it's a very different story. That guy is a good guy, and we are like, I don't want to say because it's contradicting sometimes. We are all bad people, like John said, trying to be good. Some try to be good more than others. That's how I say it. And
I agree
we
with
are
you.
all
I
bad
agree with
people.
you.
And yes, we are all bad people. Some trying to
Yeah.
do good more than others. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I say it.
Okay, so that's I guess that's what you're saying, right? Like like people kind of misunderstand Colby, but we're all kind of bad a
Yeah,
little bit, but some people do like
yeah.
glorify the good deeds they do, but he's not over here saying, "Oh, I'm giving Themba food," and he's not out there
No,
doing that.
I say that, I say that,
Yeah.
and he's a good person as a person, and people don't. You have to. You see, the problem is you have to meet people in person, have the one-on-one with them, and then you kind of like judge them from that. For me, before you meet me, please
Right.
don't judge me. Until you meet me, don't hear from
Yeah.
others, because you know what? Maybe that person that you are hearing from is asked for something, and maybe I genuinely didn't have it. Um, Maybe I genuinely said no. Maybe I genuinely couldn't afford to help them or whatsoever, and they took it personal. So don't 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 always take what you hear from others. Try to get information firsthand. That's how I say it.
Right.
Get
I
to meet
agree
the
with you.
person, spend
And
some time with them, then you can judge.
yeah, I've been wrong before. Some people I didn't like in the past, I meet them, I'm like, "Damn, he's a good guy." Last thing I have for you, Themba, what do you want next? You looking to fight in a few months, couple months? What's next for your fighting career?
For me, I don't know when I'm fighting, honestly. I'm just here in America to get better, to train and get better, fitter, stronger,
Okay.
and better. Um, can I say when I'm fighting? We've had discussions with my manager, and he says to me, it's going to be October. Who am I
Oh,
fighting?
maybe
I
Abu
don't know,
Dhabi.
man. Yeah, like, I would fight there. I wouldn't want to fight there, honestly. I want to
Okay.
fight in the United States. It's nicer here. But if
Gotcha.
I have to fight there, it's okay. It's not like the world has come to an end. There's been times where life was worse. So like having to fly to Abu Dhabi and fight there, I'll do that. But I want to fight in the United States. That's the place that like go where you are celebrated. Do things in the places that you are celebrated. I'm celebrated in America. People love me here. Uh,
Yeah.
like people like love to, like, as a person, I'm loved here in America, and my personality suits better here. There's more freedom of speech, and yeah, I love it here.
Yeah. A lot of people have seen that video I posted about your bedroom, and I think that's why they
Yeah.
love you is because we are so privileged, you know, as Americans, and to see someone who like makes so much out of so little, it's really inspiring to I think everyone who comes from this country at least.
Yeah, like I just posted that video, to just show people that the journey is not always like, people would think that, yeah, if I'm in South Africa, I can live very good. I've got a nice place in South Africa where I live. But when I'm here, you have to sacrifice good for the better, for the future.
Mm,
Like I'm here staying on the couch. I've got my own bedroom in South Africa. It's not like I'm downtown.
yeah.
You know, so you kind of like have to understand that you need to tell a story and inspire people that hey, you have to sacrifice. Not everything that you do should always be nice, should always be the best and whatsoever. Like I'm living in Miami on a couch. A lot of people wouldn't do that, especially like people like the comfort zone. And best believe me, I also love the comfort zone. I would love to be waking up in my bedroom in South Africa. I would love to be waking up in my own house, um, but knowing that sacrificing this, sacrificing what I'm sacrificing, will only bring better in the future. Like I have had a sponsor now that wants to pay me to stay at the hotel. Guess what did I say to the
Mm-hmm.
sponsor? No, man, I don't want to stay in a hotel. If I
Mm.
wanted comfort, I would do that. But right now, I don't want to stay in a hotel. I'm happy on the couch. Please leave me on the couch. Then you say, cool, I respect that. I'll send you the meals rather. You know?
Yeah. Respect, bro. Respect. You're a good man, Themba.
Yeah.
I love your whole story and everything, man. So, thank you for sharing it with me. And I just want to say,
Yeah.
lastly, I'll be looking out for your hangout session with The Rock, man. Hopefully, you guys can get a documentary or a movie going about your life. That would be sick.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Me and Dwayne Johnson, we are going to. Yeah, it's gonna be big. When I meet him, it's gonna be big.
Yeah.
It's gonna be huge. We are going to do something good, and yeah, man, stay tuned. But other than that, like just follow my story. It's gonna be amazing. This story. That's why I try to document almost everything that I do every single day.
Yeah.
Because when I come back to look at it, this story is going to be a blockbuster. I can tell you this. My story,
Yeah. And
when it's
that's
done,
also why.
this is going to.
Yes, sir. And also, that's why I was so asking you all these little questions about your life and your upbringing and stuff because I want to be able to document, your life story for the fans to kind of come here and hear all about your life. So I feel like this is a good interview where they can learn all about your life, where you talked about like your childhood all the way up till now. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, 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 man. Bless you, my brother. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I just
All
need
right.
to
Bless
rush
you,
now
my
to
brother.
another thing. All right, bless.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day, man, and thank you for the time.